Hello and welcome to another Magic the Gathering draft video. In today's video, we're going to be taking on a Innistrad Midnight Hunt Premier draft at High Diamond here. We're trying to get to Mythic today. If you like what we're doing here on the channel, please do hit like and subscribe and leave a comment, leave some feedback. How can I make these videos better for you? What questions do you have? Let me know in the comments below. Let's jump into this Premier draft, have a look at one of the best rares in the set here, so kind of lucky. But hey, you know, we'll take it. Adeline, Resplendent Cathar, 1 white white, star 4, vigilance, power equal to the number of creatures you control. Whenever you attack with anything, not just this, for each opponent, create a 1/1 that's tapped and attacking. So yeah, I mean, obviously like a 3-mana 1/4 on its base that starts making creatures, but hopefully in white you've played a couple in the previous turns, and you're just absolutely rocking them with this. Not much else in the pack here. Could wheel this Gavany Silversmith if white ends up being open. I think the card we would take if Adeline was not in the pack. Ugh, I mean, it'd be a tough one. Maybe the Silversmith. It's kind of rough taking a 4-drop this early. That's not like a super high impact card. Crawl from the Cellar, kind of a medium black common. Black's pretty hard to draft these days. People are all over it. So usually I'm trying to stay away from black. So I might take the Silversmith. I find white is the best color to sort of keep your options open. Blue is the best color in terms of being the best color, but white is a little bit better for keeping your options open, as it just seems to be deeper and less contested. And all of its color pairs work reasonably well, except for white-red is not that great. So that being said, we're starting in a great position here. Willowgeist is the rare in the next pack here. This is not a card I'm super high on. I'm not super high on green in general. It's just a little clunky in this format. But green-white is a fine sort of deck to end up in, but it's not something I'm targeting right away. This is a 1-mana 1/1. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, it gets a 1/1 counter. So kind of hard to set this up. I guess it'd be at its best in blue-green. I think we're just going to snap up this Nebelgast Intruder. There's a couple of good blue commons we could wheel out of this pack as well, and Baithook Angler, Shipwreck Sifters. Outland Liberator is also a good green card. I guess if I was going to take a green card, it'd be that. Nothing really of note in white here except for Blessed Defiance, which is a solid card for sure, but not on the level of Nebelgast Intruder. This often creates a favorable trade for you in combat and puts a 2/1 flyer into play, which is real nice. Okay, looking at pick 3 here, lots of playable blue and white cards. Blue-white is my favorite deck in the format and is for some reason really open right now, at least in my experience. I'm hopefully not gonna jinx it here, but we could take any one of these cards and be pretty excited about it. I'm gonna take Lunarch Veteran. I think it's got the highest upside. I think I want to lean slightly more towards white for 2 reasons. One is that we have a rare that's really good, so we want to make sure we're playing that. And the second is that white, as I said before, sort of leaves you with more options. If we find that blue gets cut, I think being deeper in white will result in a better deck at the end of the draft. But I could see an argument for taking the Devoted Graphkeeper there just as a high power level pick. I chose not to because I don't want to sort of absolutely lock ourselves into 2 colors here just yet, even though they are the 2 colors that I want to be in the most, being white and blue. So here we're seeing some black, nothing that's really all that exciting though. We're seeing a Shipwreck Sifters, which is essentially a blue-white card, and I'm pretty happy to take, but maybe not quite this early. I think we take Gavany Trapper. I think there's a real cost in draft in general and in this format to being on 2 white cards and 2 blue cards rather than 3 white cards and 1 blue card. I think the amount of sort of flexibility you gain from being deep into 1 color versus spread out over 2 really is valuable. And I think when the pick is kind of close like that, if you even consider that to be a close pick, I imagine many people don't. I imagine many people are just on Gavany Trapper there. But if you feel that that's a close pick, I would lean towards ending up in 3 white cards and 1 blue card rather than 2 and 2. Because now if you look at this pack, there's no blue. So if we're 2 and 2 right now, if we're 2 white, 2 blue, we're like, okay, well, we have to take a white card. And we're starting to worry about whether or not we're dropping both of our blue playables. Whereas here, we could take a red card and not feel too bad about it. Except that I feel horrible about playing red, so I'm not going to do that. But we could take this Astronomer and be like, all right, well, maybe we just end up playing white-red aggro and drop the blue card. So it's not a great example because I think white-red is kind of bad. But that is the type of thing where, let's say there was a good black card in the pack, we would feel real good about taking that there. Whereas if we were 2-2, we would not. So we took Blessed Defiance, which is a high win rate white common. I'm happy to get deeper into white, although it is looking kind of cut here, as is blue. This pack's just quite bad. There's really nothing here that any deck wants, I don't think, in the format. I guess we'll take Jack-O-Lantern. I think it's either Jack-O-Lantern or Locked, or you just take the rare just because. But I guess in the interest of trying to win as many games as possible, we could take Jack-O-Lantern here if we end up with like a bunch of Organ Hoarders that you can kind of get value off of this. Maybe splash something, but I think it's pretty much an edge case. All right, pick 7. So some playable white in Cathar Commando and Homestead Courage, but nothing terribly exciting. A Siege Zombie pick 7 is a little bit of a signal, but again, like black is just not really flowing. Like we see this one errant Siege Zombie here, and I think in this format at this time to take this and say black is open is a mistake, because I and we'll see what happens, but I expect we will not see any more black after this. I'm gonna take Evolving Wilds. I really like having one of these in pretty much every deck, and it does again leave us open. We could have taken Cathar Commando there as well, or we could have taken Siege Zombie, but I think that black is not going to really flow here. We'll take Larder Zombie here. Again, want to be blue-white. Not really seeing blue. Not really seeing white either at this point, which is kind of disappointing. But also these packs have been really bad. Arcane Infusion is unplayable. The Mask is unplayable. Candle of Cavalry is okay. Blood Pack's unplayable. Burn the Accursed is fine if you're into red, which I am very much not. But I know some people are having success with it. So, don't let me tear you down. If you're having success with red, you keep on doing that, because you're getting good value in your drafts by picking up a color that's underdrafted. A bunch of nothing again. I think here we're going to take the Cavalry as a little bit of a hedge. I really am not interested in Unblinking Observer. I could see an argument for the Occultist, because black-white, if we were to end up there, would care about that body to sacrifice in theory if we get every single piece to come together, but I think that that's highly unlikely, and I think our main pivot is going to be green-white, so I want to take the Cavalry there. We'll take Clarion Cathars here, get deeper into white. It's multiple bodies for our Adeline. We don't have any 4s yet, as I'm flipping to curve view here just to keep an eye on that, and I think this is just a strong card that's kind of underdrafted. Wield the Loyal Griff. We also wield a Harvesttide Sentry, so we're going to sort of take a mental note here that green did kind of feel open in pack 1, and maybe we can expect to see it in pack 3. Of course, in pack 2, the cards are coming from the other direction, so we're going to see some opposite stuff. But the fact that, and for that reason, we'll take Tireless Hauler here, even though we don't expect to necessarily play it. The fact that the Loyal Griff came all the way around is a nice sign that few folks are drafting white, if perhaps no one is drafting white, because I think Loyal Griff is a very solid white card. So that's the most important takeaway from that pack, is that I think white is going to flow, and we have a strong sort of base of white cards. So we're going to keep getting deeper into white, and as the Lords of Limited would say, delay the decision on what our secondary color is going to be. So, here, obviously, we're just going to take Gavany Dawnguard, which is one of the best white uncommons. Card has been real good. Dual Craft Trainer, also been real good as well. Those are sort of the two. And then, of course, Ambitious Farmhand, which I still think is the best of the bunch. But all 3 of those are just real strong. Hound Tamer in the pack, if this wheels, we'll be pretty psyched. If any of these commons wheel, particularly the Candle Grove Witch, because we need 2 drops, we'll be real happy. We've got our wilds, so we don't need to worry about making that pick. And not much else to talk about. Light Up the Night's a good rare, but as we said, black is not or red is not where I want to be. Duelcraft Trainer, just spoke about you, and here you are. We'll take it. I do like Lunarch Veteran a lot as well, but yeah, I was listening to the Limited Resources of Circovitz last week, and he was saying, you know, even if the win rates are close or maybe the common slightly better, sometimes you want the uncommon because you're very it's a unique effect and you're unlikely to see you know, more than one of any uncommon in any draft. So I think Duelcraft Trainer is probably very close to Lunarch Veteran's win rate, if not a little bit better. But we will take it here. We've got room in the 4-drop slot, and it's quite powerful in white. So here we go. But yeah, do want that Lunarch Vet. That card has just been absolutely excellent for me. Rite of Harmony is not good. Flame Channeler is good. Are we going to take it here? Probably not. We're seeing some good blue. I like Baithook Angler quite a bit. I like Falcon Abomination quite a bit. We really need 2 drops. As you can see, we have none. So I think I'm going to take the Angler here. I believe that Falcon Abomination is probably higher on 17 lands by a little bit. But Baithook Angler is the card you want in white-blue. And we are certainly white something. So I'm going to take that here. Not a fan of Candle Trap unless you absolutely need it. I think you can win games in this format just by sort of getting on board and pressuring your opponent and playing a couple of combat tricks or just sort of grinding them out with value that you don't need to play conditional removal like that. But we would, maybe rock one of those if we really needed to. Okay, here's an interesting choice between Search Party Captain and Candlegrove Witch. I like Search Party Captain a whole lot more than Witch. Our curve really does want the Witch, though, here. And I'm wondering if we just need to sort of make that concession and just take it. We do have a bunch of 1-drops, which makes this better. By a bunch, I mean 2 that can actually attack. I'm going to take the Search Party Captain. This could be a mistake. We'll see. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we read the signal in Pack 1 that maybe no one is drafting white. Now we know that no one's drafting white. So, I mean, it would be a very unique situation where there's another white draft at the table and Brutal Cathar makes it this far around, as well as Loyal Griff making it all the way around. So this is one of the best rares in the set. We now have 2 of the best rares in the set, and we can probably count on wheeling one of these white cards, I would think. So that's good to know. Most likely the Gavany Trapper comes back around, I would think. So we'll sort of just keep that in our back pocket. So still just seeing a bonkers white stuff here. We're going to take Lunarch Veteran over the Captain. We need more early plays to make Adeline better. And the Captain we already have better. And the Duelcraft Trainer we have better. And et cetera, et cetera. So you can never really have too many low drops. Take a 2-drop here, as we still desperately need them. Soulgride Griff has been a card that's impressed me in the sense that I thought it was unplayable, and I think it's actually like not that bad. But we're not going to take it here. We'll have, I think, more looks at 5 drops. So we still have no idea if we're blue-white or green-white. I would posit that we're more likely to end up blue-white just because it's a better deck, and our blue cards are better than our 1 green card, but we could be white anything at this point. We're so deep on it. Yeah, we'll take Morning Patrol here. We're getting a little glutted at 3, but that's okay. So I've been hearing that this card is good. I just don't see us in a situation where our opponent's going to have more creatures or more life. Maybe more cards in hand so we could cycle it. But I think I'm just going to take Gavany Silversmith. Anyways, tough pick perhaps there. I haven't played with Sunset Revelry. I've heard it's really good, but we're just gonna keep snapping up white creatures here and pick up another Lunarch Veteran there. We'll take. I really don't like Unruly Mob. We really need 2s. I don't mind Stormrider Spirit. This card has been a little bit better than I would have thought. I kind of wanted it there. Okay, Wield the Witch. That's nice. Larda Zombie number 2 we don't need. So this draft is pretty well settled here. I think we're white-blue. But again, we could pivot for something like Contortionist Troop, although there's an Organ Hoarder in the pack here. And I think we just take it. We got some disturb creatures to bin with it. It's a good value play. We're already at 22. I think we're putting Jack-o'-lantern in the sideboard. The only other card in contention here, I think, is Gavony Trapper. We already have one with 4 1-drops. We still need 2 drops. Really would like to see more anglers. Quality 2 mana cards would be nice. Yeah, we'll take Organ Hoarder here. This pack's pretty bad. Gale Drifter. Yeah, not a card I love. Delver, we don't have any support for. 1 instant in the deck. Vivisection is not good. Too slow. So I guess it's Gale Drifter here. We do need removal. So I guess if we see a Candle Trap, we might consider it. Borrowed Time would be pretty good. Consider... I mean, it's okay with some of the Disturbed we have. I guess Consider's more likely to make our deck than the Drifter. Although, hopefully we pick up some Shipwreck Sifters, and then that means that Gale Drifter is more desirable. Weird that we didn't wheel the Sifters in pack 1, given how open white is. But that's neither here nor there. Silversmith, Clarion Cathars, Stormrider Spirit, a bunch of big mana plays here. None of which we're particularly interested in. We still want 2s. Jeez. I have no idea what to take here. I feel like we don't need another 4, so I'm going to take Stormrider Spirit, but obviously these cards are also pretty good. They might just be better. Startle's a great one. That's a great pickup. We need things to do with 2 mana, and this can kill creatures and draw cards, which is dope. Bunch of nothing again. I'll take Gale Drifter, I guess. I don't see us playing any of these. Homestead Courage, probably not. Fading Hope, Search Party Cap. That's close. I do like Fading Hope. But I think, we'll take the Captain here. So, I actually didn't really get there on 2 drops. I guess I'm glad we picked up this Unruly Mob. I don't know if we're going to play it, but... yeah, I guess we'll take this Trick. Probably won't need it. Come on. Anybody? 2 drops? 2 drops? Okay, so maybe somebody moved into white after seeing the rare go by. And I guess we do have Brutal Cathar. I wasn't thinking about that as removal, but of course it is. At least soft removal. Yeah, so we're this is where we're at. So sad to have not picked up another 2-drop or 2, but I think we'll be okay. Got to think about cutting some stuff. We've got 2 cuts to make. I don't think we're cutting. The mob is just so bad. There are games where it kind of gets out of hand, but then they just remove it. So it's usually not something I'm interested in playing. All right, we'll be right back with the build. See you in a sec. Okay, so we cut Gale Drifter because it's just not good enough of a rate. We are playing 22 creatures in this deck at the moment, so our other cut is going to be a creature. I think it's Stormrider Spirit or Unruly Mob. I'm going to go with the Spirit as we need ways to turn on these Search Party Captains. We could cut a land with, only, like, if you count Search Party Captain as a 3, we only have 4 4-drops. We could cut a land, but we do have these double white commitments in some of our better cards. We've got the Wilds to help there, but I think this is the best to build. There's a possibility we cut a land and play Flare of Faith. We did kind of come up a little bit short on removal, a little bit short on interaction, but we've got some good creatures and a somewhat solid curve. So, yeah, I think my only question is, do we play Flare? And if so, do we cut a land and go down to 16? My gut says no. I mean, we've got Larder Zombie to fix our draws late in the game. We definitely want to make sure we're hitting our land drops, and we want to hit double white. So those are my reasons for building it this way. Let me know in the comments below what you think, if you would do something a little bit differently. In terms of how that draft went, we opened a white bomb, and white ended up being really open at the table in general, so there wasn't too many decisions to make there. I think like one of the key ones might have been taking, I think it was Trapper over a blue card, pick 4 to get deeper into white. Obviously, in hindsight, white was super open, and we ended up just getting there, but that's an example of that move kind of working out. Whereas if we were split if we were split evenly blue and white, that next pack would have, we may have like taken a red card there to hedge towards blue-red, and then things could have gotten messy. So, anyhow, that's what happened. Wish we'd seen more 2s. I just don't think we opened them. I think there was one Cathar Commando we could have taken over an Evolving Wilds. Then we would have gotten an Evolving Wilds over a Larder Zombie. So, yeah, and then we ended up getting a second Larder Zombie. So we could have gotten one extra Cathar Commando. That's the only 2 that I saw. We're going to rock the Unruly Mob. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it's very good, but I think we just need it for curve purposes. And we've got some veterans we can try to like trade off and stuff. So that's the build. See you for game 1. All right, we're back. It's game 1. We're going first. We have a good-ish hand. Would like one of these lands to be something else, but that's okay. 1-drop, 2-drop. Kind of off to the races here. And we'll see what our opponent's up to over there. Mountain. Mounting nothing. So they might have Play with Fire here. So how do we want to roll this? I think we attack them for 1. If I suspect they won't use Play with Fire on this. I would kind of like them to. Okay, maybe they don't have it at all. So they had something on 1 mana that they could do, but decided not to. Or maybe I'm reading too much into the pacing of that first turn. All right, blue-red is the deck. Immolation. Okay, that doesn't make sense though, or does it? Yeah, they could have used it on Lunarch Veteran, so that's what they had. Okay, Bait Hook Angler to the yard. We'll go ahead and play Lunarch Veteran first. Gain extra life. Let's do that right. And pack them down to 18 past the turn back. Next turn we've got Clarion Cathars coming down, gaining us up to 4 life if both of these fellas can stick around. Love to see our opponent playing this when we're ahead on board. That's excellent. Hopefully they don't have Burn Down the House. They're a couple lands away from that, but that would be pretty devastating. Otherwise, though, this is not too bad. If they want to invest mana into drawing cards, then they're not developing their board. Slash on Cathar, okay. That's good. Kind of flooding out here. Maybe we should be playing 16, I don't know. But that's okay. Passing it back. Drum Yard Amalgam. Yeah, I mean, it's going to stop most of what we're doing here. So we're going to have to find some more creatures with flying or something. I think we can probably run these Lunarch Veterans into the Amalgam. Do we want to cycle a Startle here? I don't think so. Okay, Larder Zombie's a nice one. So we could run 1 Lunarch Vet into it just to get another flyer on board. I think that's probably worth it. But we do want to keep 1 vet available to activate Larder Zombie because we really cannot afford to draw any more lands. But I am going to run 1 of them into the Amalgam so that we can get some more pressure going in the air. Because we are entering the stage of the game where if our opponent gets to play whatever they've been holding, we're going to start to fall behind. I think we can safely play this island because we do not have the Archivist in our deck, or any Shipwreck Sifters. So we're going to play that island and say go. if we see something on top... Oh, I should have attacked with both here because I was not thinking that we get this back. So we missed the point of damage there. It's my mistake. Well, I guess not necessarily because they could have chose to not block, and then we wouldn't have been able to activate. So I guess it kind of goes either way. Okay, Gale Drifter. Yeah, it's good. That is good. All right. So if we see something on top that we really like, I guess we could startle. But see what happens here. That we can just put straight into the graveyard because it comes back as a creature. That's pretty good. Okay. And let's take our turn here. Yeah. Another land. Okay. All right. Well, Morning Apparition is decent. Again, we could get in with the vet to get it into the sky, although that's becoming less of a thing. Really just need to find our Brutal Cathar or something along those lines. Opponent's at 10. So we could push for 1 damage. I just don't think it's worth it. I think we'll pass. Hope that Larder Zombie can get us there. Also have Blessed Defiance, which will get us through this Gale Drifter, at least the front half of it. And Startle takes care of the back half. That's kind of where we're at. So maybe we do want to cut a land. We don't have like a ton to do with our mana in the form of like a bunch of disturbed creatures in the graveyard that cost a lot. Like a lot of our disturbed creatures are just Lunarch Veteran and Hook Haunt Drifter and stuff, so it's not, you know, I think this deck operates on 4 mana pretty well. So I think we may cut a land and add the combat trick. Opponent goes for Play with Fire. All right. That's annoying, but nothing we can do about that. I guess we could have scryed, actually. My mistake again. Could have scryed there. Or surveilled, as it were. Yeah, I mean, Search Party Captain is fine. Do we... I guess... we at least attack with Lunarch Veteran. Yeah, and then we get to play it for 1 mana cheaper. We don't have another white. We drew a lot of islands this game. I mean, the 2/2 bodies isn't terribly meaningful, but it is adding to a board where like an Alpha Strike will eventually be valuable. So I think we do want it. It's just kind of awkward because it's like if we do attack with the vet, I guess we just don't attack with anything. We just play it as a 4 mana draw a card, make it 2/2. I guess that's just the way we want to play that. Because attacking with the vet here, we have to draw exactly planes for that to make sense. Which we very well could, but we could also draw a blue card or something. Flip. Okay. That's pretty annoying. Alright. Well, this is not really going how we drew it up, but that's okay. Leer. Oh boy. Okay, well, I think we might be in trouble now. Our opponent's got access to a bunch of burn spells. Yeah. Yep. Could still draw Brutal Cathar here. Pretty much need to find that, I think. Yeah, we'll take 3 here, no problem. Lots of life to spare. Gavany Trapper, I don't think does it. Or it would have been valuable earlier, but now that they've got all this burn, I think we just need to find... Dawnguard we cannot cast, so we'll put that away. And do we want to upkeep? We may want to upkeep, have a look on top. We could also startle. And then that gets us another look. I That might actually be the move here. We just need to dig deeper. I think that is the move. Because if they untap, things start getting real bad for us. Blessed Defiance is pretty good. Because now we get to activate this again, yeah. I think that's worth it. See what's on top? Ah, boy. I mean, at this point, we just really need to see Brutal Cathars, so I think we put this in the yard. Do we want to upkeep it? Too late. Too late. So really awkward mana draw that's kind of hamstringing us as well. So we get to attack with a pile of things here because we've got Blessed Defiance. I guess just our 2 flyers, really. What if we Alpha Strike them? We just can't kill this Leer, unfortunately. And they are going to tap something down as well. So maybe it's just Search Party Captain then. They are stuck on red mana as well, similarly to how we're stuck on white mana. So they can cast 1 burn spell a turn. On the bright side, none of our creatures are all that good. I guess we could get in with the zombie token. And if they were to block it with Leer, we would get to kill it. So that might be worth it. It also makes our captain a mana cheaper, assuming they do not block it. We're going to tap our Larder zombie. This also does change how many Larder zombie activations we get, right? So we attack with the 2/2 and then play Search Party Captain. We only get 1 Zombo activation. I imagine they're killing it next turn. I still feel it's worth it to attack with the 2/2 only. Because if this trades for anything, that's pretty good. And if it gets in for 2 points, that also helps us get them closer to potentially being dead to an Alpha Strike or like a combat trick that they're not ready for. But I think attacking with these prices us into casting Blessed Defiance, which we don't really want to do. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think this is like the best case scenario. Deprives them of 2 burn spells. We get another flyer. It still doesn't deal with the Gale Drifter, but it turns on our Gavany Trapper again should we draw it. I think that was a good outcome for us. Even though we didn't get to cast the captain this turn. Opponent going to get in for 2. I think we're going to take it. No blocks. No blocks. Going to go to 35. I still feel like we're like an underdog in this game right now, but our opponent's probably a little bit tilted that we killed their Leer there. So that's good. Again, we just can't afford to draw the planes, even though we kind of will need it if we draw a card like Adeline or whoever that is. But I think we do put it in the bin for now. Okay, we have an upkeep stop that I must have set, and I think we may want to utilize here. What are our attacks looking like right now? Not great. I mean, we're not really blocking. They have mana up, so they could have a counter spell. We're not blocking with any of these. We may want to attack with Lunarch Veteran for some reason to get another flyer in the air, but we're casting Search Party Captain this turn, so we're probably not going to have another white source. I guess we're not attacking with this 1/1 flyer. Pretty unlikely. So I guess let's do it like this. Again, can't really afford to draw land here, even though... Yeah, okay, well... Our deck really wants us to have this Plains. Okay, well now we could send with Lunarch Veteran to get it in the graveyard. That makes Search Party Captain a little bit better, a little bit cheaper. The more flyers we have, if we do draw an answer to this Gale Drifter in the form of Brutal Cathar or Gavany Trapper, and our opponent doesn't have a burn spell, then we have a pretty good clock on them, so it's probably worth it. We're doing pretty well on life as well, so opponent going to jump in front here. Drownyard Amalgam just gonna absorb Lunarch Veteran. We'll gain another life, because why not? We are at 7 mana total. So if they do have flip, we can pay for it. They either have it and chose not to use it, or they don't have it. There's Adeline. Alright. That's a good one. That's a really good one. This is going to be tapping something next turn. Okay. So next turn, this could be flip here, which would be good. And I could see an argument for playing it because you just want to spend your mana, get your value. So next turn, we play Adeline, and we can immediately make a 1/1 creature by attacking with something. So maybe an Alpha Strike is sensible there. Dual Craft Trainer. Well, I think we want to put that in our hand, so we're going to decline to put it in our graveyard. I think it's better to play Dual Craft Trainer here than it is to play Adeline. Since then we get actual... I guess they just tap whatever flyer we give Double Strike to. But still probably pretty good. I don't know. Man. Can't beat a Gale Drifter, apparently. This has to be right to play Dual Craft Trainer here. Right? There's also the possibility of an Alpha Strike. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, including the human. They would eat 2 things. That's not great for us. If we play Adeline, we can attack with it next turn. It runs right through the Drownyard Amalgam. I think we go with the Dual Craft Trainer. We could also give Adeline Double Strike if we'd played it this turn and Dual Craft Trainer next turn. So maybe that's the move. I'm just assuming this is going to get killed. They must have... Okay. Sure. We'll put it on top, yeah. Would like to draw that again. Gain a couple life. So, I mean, our opponent can definitely get back in this. I still don't feel like we're favored here. And I don't think we want to attack, so... We're quite hamstrung with mana here. So we've got... they've got some time, is what I'm trying to say, to find an answer. They've got some time. Here comes Geist Wave, just to draw a card. Alright. Interesting that they pulled the Amalgam back and not the Gale Drifter. They want to mill themselves. They want to mill us. They want to get rid of this Dual Craft Trainer. Okay. They really don't like Dual Craft Trainer. That's fair, I guess. 14 to 16. They're ahead on Library, but, I mean, they're drawing more cards than us, so... If that just to get rid of the Dual Craft Trainer, I guess that makes sense. It is pretty annoying. Okay, going to attacks here. We are going to utilize our Larder Zombo. Cathar Commando is pretty good because it does kill that stupid chilling Oracle thing. And it's not a land. So I think we do want it here. Even though we can't double spell. But we're going to play Adeline this turn because next turn all this can do is tap something. Can attack right away. They get to eat a flyer. So they're gonna take 4 damage if we attack with everything. Down to 6. I think that's pretty valuable. We lose a total of 1 actual creature. I think we're willing to trade any one of our flyers for 4 damage at this point because they're at 10. And then maybe next turn. We don't want them to eat the captain though, I don't think. So they can eat the Hook-on Drifter and one of the humans. But we don't want to give them the captain, I don't think. For the extra 1 point of damage that would deal. Alrighty. So they're at 6 now. So we might have some Alpha Strike action shortly. We're going 42 here. A little life total buffer for us. It's not bad. Bait Hook Angler's pretty good for them. Storm Skrillex. Okay. Activate Larder Zombie. I think we're going to play... We're pretty far away from an Alpha Strike now that they've deployed 2 more creatures. I put Veteran in the graveyard for sure. That's a free card. So I think we Cathar Commando. That's a great draw. I think we Cathar Commando just to kill the Chronicle thing. Silversmith. I mean, they have Storm Skrillex, so I guess we're not actually really getting in for any damage in the air, but I think we put the counters on our flyers. Yeah. So right now we have an attack for, I guess, a total of 1 damage if we swing with all the flyers. Yeah, so that's not very good. But eventually we might be able to get it going with this extra Lunarch Veteran. Anyways, I guess let's go to attacks. We'll just send the human in since... yeah, make them spend their mana there. Send the human in because we'll gain 4 life. This is a free exchange for us because we're going to end up with... we're going to end up where we started with just another singular human token, right? Or no, we're not. This is actually bad. We're going to lose... why did I think that was... why did I think that worked? That definitely doesn't work. We gained 4 life. But that was kind of dumb. I don't know why. I guess I thought that the human didn't come in attacking, but it does. So we actually can't just infinitely loop that. Anyways, forgive me in my awful play here. Let's get this thing the heck out of here, because that's kind of giving them some advantage. And then we can Silversmith up our flying creatures. And I think we actually want to put it on... I think we want to put it on the Phantoms because some of their removal is going to be Bounce, and Bounce is very bad against these, but it's very good against the token. Whereas I think like oftentimes you want to pump up tokens because, you know, creatures have a little bit more value when they're in play and stuff like that. But yeah, even though these are giving us life or whatever, so they would kill these first before they would kill these tokens. some of their removal is bounce based, which is a little bit worse against these. So we're still waiting on Brutal Cathar. If we draw Brutal Cathar, we're really doing it. Okay, well, just so happens that that particular card is not bounce based. We're going to utilize this creature to have a look at the top cards. I think I'm going to tap Larder Zombie because we're at such a high life total that I would not want to risk it in combat against Bait Hook Angler. But we're going to have maximum looks here for Brutal Cathar and hope that they don't have any more removal because they've used a pile already. No attacks because they're in the danger zone here. Brutal. Well, we do want to draw this. We're getting low on library size. Even though it's not that good. Okay, so attacking with Adeline here. They could double block it with Amalgam and Bait Hook Angler. If we Alpha Strike... I mean, we don't kill them. Do we damage their board enough that that's worthwhile? If they wanted to double block Adeline, block Fire, block Flyer, or I guess they'd eat 2/2 and like trade with this, they would take 3. That's not enough. They would lose both of these, but then they'd replay the Angler, which is good against this. So it doesn't feel like we have the attack here that we quite want. But as we add 2 more flyers to the board, we are getting closer. I just don't think I don't think now is the time. P.S. Larder Zombie has been an absolute house in this game. We would have drawn 3-4 extra lands. Meanwhile, we are finding meaningful cards to put into play. So our Startle's gone. Our Combat Trick is gone. So we do need to find... yeah, we do just need to find Brutal Cathar because we don't have any other removal. But if we do, that Storm Skrillex is going bye-bye and we're going to get to attack them. Okay. Or is it better to kill the Drown Yard Amalgam? I guess we'll have to think about that. I'm also kind of bad at combat math, so gotta start thinking about this. Alpha Strike potential. Okay. Do not want to put that in our graveyard. Decline. Okay, we're going to take our turn. We're going to draw Brutal Cathar. Okay, if we kill the Amalgam, I think we have to kill the Skrillex. The reason is that either one of those creatures can eat any of our creatures. So I think, yeah, we just kill the Skrillex with Brutal Cathar. Then we actually can attack with a couple of flying creatures. We might be able to Alpha, actually. I'm going to have to do that math after I've played the Cathar. If they have instant speed interaction on this, as their game takes a long pause, then we may not actually really get any value here. Because they can just pop that right back into play. So, I mean, they paused, but only long enough for me to think they have flip, not long enough for me to think they have burn. Because as soon as this came down, it just worked right away. So do we want to attack with Adeline? I feel like we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures attacking. They've got 4 blockers. We're going to have 8 creatures attacking. So the minimum, they're taking 4. Or I guess 5, because we've got some 2-power guys. They're going to have to make some awkward blocks if they want to double block Adeline. I guess if they've got a spell, they would need 2 spells. How does this go really bad for us? If they have removal on Brutal Cathar, they get their Storm Skrillex back. Then they've got more profitable blocks on us. I still just feel like they don't. I don't know, man. I mean, if we're not attacking with everything, we're attacking with just the flyers, which would be current at the moment. It'd be 4 in the air. If they get the thing back, it's I guess we just attack with the flyers because it's not really that much different since they've got ground blockers for these. If things go real sideways, we could lose a lot of creatures here. So it's kind of the same difference, just attacking with flyers. If they don't have removal for this, they have to trade Gale Drifter. They take 4. They get to get it back next turn, but they're at 2, so they're dead on board. If they have removal for this, they get to eat Witch, trade here, or eat and go to 3. Yeah, okay. Well, that's not the worst form of that, but it's not great. So we're going to put that on top. And they're going to get to eat creatures. So, yeah. So I suppose that was okay. Gale Drifter, yeah. Eat the 1/1. Yep. Double block the 1/1. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but okay. Alright, so that didn't go great for us. We do gain a lot of life, though. 12-9, and we're behind on library, so we need to find a way to close this out. They're at 4. So now are they dead to an Alpha Strike? We take the Skrillex again. We've got 5 creatures to their 4. It's not going to be enough. 6 creatures to their 4. They take a total of 2 damage. I really don't see us losing this game to damage. So I'm going to not block here. Take our turn here. Brutal Cathar. Take Storm Skrillex. Still don't have attacks though. We could take Amalgam and attack with Adeline. Maybe now is the time to attack with Adeline. If we take Amalgam, they have nothing that can profitably block Adeline. They'd have to double block. They might have another removal spell, though. Sure looks like it. We still have a Gavany Trapper in the deck, so maybe I should have taken Scorpion. I was thinking we might Alpha Strike them here. It just goes too badly, though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to their 4. If they want to double block, they take like 2 or 3 damage. They get to eat both of our flyers. I guess if they want to eat both of our flyers, then they would take. Oh boy. They would, and they want double block, eat both flyers. They would take 4. So they can't do that, but do they have another revenge in hand? You know, like they probably do. At which point they can double block. Like they're going to get the angler back. I just don't think we can do it here. I don't think it's the right time to attack. I think if we can find Trapper, we can orchestrate something here where we get them. On the bright side, they can't attack us. And it's about to become nighttime. Let's see what's on top. I'm down to middle lands here. We just need to find answers. We're going to lose to decking anyway, so we might as well just try to kill them before that. And deny them draw steps. Organ Hoarder. Ooh, that might be a little too... That might be a little too spicy. I mean, it'll draw us another creature, and we'll get to actually transform this again. So actually, no, yeah, we want to draw this. We want to draw this. Because we're going to go night, and then we're going to flip to day. We can exile something else. So we are kind of flirting with disaster here, but... Because we're going to go down to 4 cards in the library. But, I mean, ideally, we're going to get double spell this turn. Hopefully on Gavany Trapper. Nebelgast Intruder. Nebelgast Intruder. That might let us swing with everything. And actually let us profitably block some stuff. I think we take the Intruder here. So now I think we swing with everything, because if... do we swing with the Moonrage Brute too? Is that too spicy? Ward pay 3 life if they want to target it. So they're not going to want to do that. But they could double block it. But they probably can't double block it because they're at 4. We're going to have 7 creatures attacking them. I don't want to make a huge mistake here and attack with it, but it seems like it's correct to do so. They would have to put a lot of bodies on it to actually kill it. Like if they triple blocked with these 3 creatures, it still wouldn't be enough, because we would first strike this and shrink this. Now that would be enough, but then they would certainly be dead. I think we're supposed to attack with it here in before I just absolutely wreck us. You know what would kill us here is flip the switch. So maybe that was wrong. That's probably what they have, because they've been sitting on it for so long. Shoot. Why didn't I think of flip? Oh, darn. Well, we'll see what they do here. Okay, opponents made their blocks in a very interesting way. So they have an instant they want to cast. So I think we're going to go ahead and let them do that. They're going to 1. So we're going to let them... we're going to let them do their thing here. Because them putting Storm Skrillex in front of the Brute means they have a spell they want to actually play. So it can't be flip. Okay, so it's Lunar Frenzy, which gives first strike. X equals 5. So that's pretty nasty. Okay. So Adeline's going down for sure. This gets what? +2? So we can save our Brute. Our Silversmith is going down. Our Adeline is going down. They're going to 1. And I think we might be getting away with this. This might have been a pretty loose attack, but it's kind of working. So we're going to flip back to day here. We're going to take the Skrillex from them and hope they don't draw a removal. I mean, even if they do, I think we might have them here, but yeah. Yeah, all right. Wow, what a game. Well, that was, I don't know, probably like a half-hour long game, so hopefully you enjoyed that. And we did get there, despite a couple of misplays on my part. So stay with us. We'll be back for game 2. So I'm going to make the switch here. I think we're going to bring in Flare of Faith. It's not an amazing card, but it does feel like our deck needs extra ways to interact and really just doesn't have a ton to do with its mana past, 4, 5, 6 lands, and we don't even need 6 lands, at that. There are some decks that just really, really want to hit land 7, land 8. I just don't think we're there. So I think we're going to cut an island here, since we do have Evolving Wilds as a source. So we're essentially 10-7, which is still pretty good. Having Wilds also makes me feel a little bit more comfortable cutting a land, so that's what we're going to do. We're back. It's game 2, and I think we are going to mulligan this hand. We don't have a 2-drop or a blue source, and we're on the draw. So we'll be mulliganing. We'll see what our opponent does. On second thought, I mean, we could sort of trust our deck and hope that we draw like a Lunarch Veteran or something. But again, just 4 lands is so many. This hand would be fine on 3 lands because of how low to the ground our deck is. I still do think we mulliganing, but it is kind of close. This hand is considerably worse, unfortunately. That's the risk you take. And this hand is like pretty good. So we'll keep 5. Probably putting back Blessed Defiance since we want to get a Plains, so we're not really going to have a creature in play for a little bit. So I think we put Defiance back. Make sure we hit 3 mana. We've got 2 excellent cards to cast. Obviously, we're operating at a disadvantage here because... we have to put 2 back, of course. So we'll put the Startle back as well. Operating at a disadvantage here because we mulligan to 5, but what are you going to do? I think it's tempting to maybe put the... put like a land back and cast Startle. To like try and cycle and draw a card or whatever, but like it's just there's too much risk there. Our opponent might not play a 2-drop. We need to make sure we have double white. There's just too much going on that makes that a little too risky for my sensibilities. Hand is shaping up to be pretty good here. But I'm gonna exile our wilds, and I think we just get it's either Dawnguard or Adeline in play. So if we play Adeline, we're going to, I guess, follow it up with Clarion Cathars, which will make Adeline attack as a 4/4. So depending on what our opponent plays next turn, we might have an attack there. If we play Gavony Dawnguard, it starts the day-night cycle, which is good in terms of drawing us extra cards. We don't really need extra cards at the moment. We don't need extra creatures, I should say, at the moment. So I think we get in there with Adeline. Get that into play as soon as possible. It's possible that like we don't have like an awesome attack, but we have an attack that's not the worst for us, and we get to at least make a token. We'll see what happens. If they have Shadow Beast sighting here, that's going to be a little bit annoying for us. But I doubt that the Dawnguard is going to provide us any value over the next couple of turns, because I think our opponent's going to be playing a spell a turn, and we are as well. Okay, Defenestrate's annoying, but it's life. In for 1 damage here. There is an argument to saving your bombs as well, to just sort of play around removal and whatnot, but let's put Cathars into play to spend all of our mana. Maybe we draw Larder Zombie next turn. We'll get to go Dawnguard into that. Pestilent Wolf. Lunarch Veteran. Okay. Let's play Vet, and I think we get in with Cathars here. They probably don't want to block with Dawnheart Mentor, They may block with Pestilent Wolf and try to give it Death Touch, in which case we get some value. If they think we have a trick, they're not going to want to lose their Mentor here, so this is a good attack to make. Of course, if they do just block with the Mentor, then whatever, we don't lose anything. Yeah, that's fine. So we play Vet Morning Patrol or Vet Intruder. I think we go Vet Morning Patrol. I mean, Intruder does get the clock started, which is important in this matchup. Yeah, I guess we'll go with Intruder. We might also be able to, like, take down their wolf or something. No consideration for just playing Gabby Dawnguard by itself. We want to spend as much mana as possible. Opponent with either a pump spell or a removal spell in hand. In with the wolf. I mean, I think we don't try to eat it here. We could double block it with the tokens and then play Intruder. And then if they've got a pump spell, we lose a token and Veteran goes to the graveyard. That's not the worst. If they don't, I guess they've got 6 mana, so they can use Dawnhard Mentor. And yeah, none of this is worth it. I think, let's see if they won't want to sink the mana into it. So we'll just gain 2 life here, essentially, and get our clock going in the air. Pretty brazen block with the Mentor last turn, given they were about to hit 6 mana. A little risky, because we could have had Blessed Defiance there. But, oh yeah. Alright. Rise of the Ants in the yard for the opponent there. Plains would have been good, but that's okay. Well, at least we've got a clock. Play Dawnguard here. And away we go. Not loving our spot in this game. Mull to 5. Opponent's got a mana advantage and a pretty decent board advantage. I think we're chump blocking this Dreadhound for a couple turns and then sort of seeing where we're at. Or they're not going to attack with it at all. I guess we've got double blocks. Okay, so that's an interesting development. I mean, they have pump, though. They have a free pump with Dawnhard Mentor. I don't really understand. But, I mean, we're happy to not take 6 this turn or lose a creature. Opponent 1 mana away from flashing back Rise. They're going to fight Gabby Dawnguard. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, this isn't going so well. At least our Intruder's still alive. Hey, and it's about to get bigger. It's getting bigger. Now, where do we put the second counter? Probably on the 1/1. Since that allows it to trade with the Pestilent Wolf. As long as they've got this Dawnhard Mentor, they're never really in danger there, but is there any reason to want to put it on Cathars? Thinking there is not. Alrighty. Well, I think our opponent's game is pausing because they have Jack-o'-lantern in the graveyard. I don't think they have any more tricks. So, it's our flyer versus their big guys. They're going to flashback Rise here. Oh boy, do we want to triple block? No, because they've got the Dawnhard thing. So, Lunarch Veteran's going to jump in front. Opponent's going to gain 2? Yeah. We're going to get another flyer. I guess that might have been a reason to make the Cathar 4/4. Blessed Defiance. Okay. Okay. I mean, man, if we get that that Mentor off the table. That'd be real nice. Wonder if we can. I feel like we just get in with everything here. I mean, then they do get to eat something, so that's not good. Maybe just the Silversmith or just the 2/2 token. Obviously, we're attacking with the flyer. I don't love the idea of 1-for-1 trading the 3/3 for one of their 3/3s. That's where I'm kind of not as psyched. But we would maybe just do that on blocks anyways. I think the 2/2 is definitely getting in there. Cathar, Intruder. Yeah, this makes sense to me. So 1-for-1. So like I said, I don't love it, but at least it gets rid of that thing. I think we would be in a position where we wanted to block it anyways. We're going to lose a bunch of life. Dreadhounds. Good card, man. Good card. And I suppose we're playing Morning Patrol here since it spends more mana. So we're in a rough spot. I think we're... okay. Well, we're probably dead now. Of each creature you control, eh? Seems good. I guess they just get the one attack on us. Morbid Opportunist. They got all kinds of stuff going on here. Yeah, we'll block like this. We might draw a land. Get the double spell. They're at 14. They're so super far away from being in trouble. So unfortunately, we just couldn't put any pressure on them with our mulligan decision this game. Commando. Yeah. I mean, that deals with the growth, and it chump blocks something. So I'm about it. Gain some life too. And I'm waiting for them to attack us because I think we do want to get the value here. I think they should attack with the wolf. Okay. 12/12, eh? Does this give trample? Oh, shit. Okay. Usually don't swear on my channel, but there you go. Okay, well, that I didn't think about. So we'll lose one, gain one. So we're going to 1 here. We're going to 2. Okay, well, that was an oversight. Maybe we should have just... done that, because now we're 2. Can we even attack with anything? Put Morning Patrol back into play here. I feel like they can just shove with everything here. They got 5 creatures, so we can't attack. Okay, so in retrospect, I forgot that gave trample. In retrospect, we should have probably just blown that thing up right away. We might have been able to chump and get like one more turn out of before we died, maybe? Because we need to put a lot of toughness in front of this. 3, 6, 9. We have enough to kill it through the pump, because this is 3. And if we block 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we won't die. We're going to lose all of our creatures. And then I guess we just die because our creatures die. So kind of boned either way here. We can analyze the decision to not kill this as probably a wrong decision. I don't think it made a difference in the game. Our opponent had a very good draw, and we mulliganed to 5. But yeah, this card's real good. When especially against our style of deck that has a lot of small little buddies. So we'll see you for the next game here, as I'm assuming we're about to bite it. Oh yeah. We get a 1, and then we get some triggers. Yeah. Oh, we do gain some life. Maybe this will even out. It doesn't look like it though. Just... Oh my god, we're alive! We're alive. Okay, see? Wouldn't have known that. Wouldn't have known that. Okay, opponent gets us. Alright, we'll see you for the next one. Alright, we're back. Going first with a hand that looks quite good to me. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, plus we got Startle. Both are colors. I'm into this. We'll lead it off with Lunarch Veteran, of course. And I think we will play Cathar Commando next, pretty much regardless of what happens. But we could consider, if they do play a 1-drop, we could consider casting Startle on it to try and hit our 3rd land. But of course we did hit the 3rd land anyhow. So that's all good. We will flash this in so that they don't get that extra information that we do have another creature. Not that it's probably going to change much of what they're doing, but maybe it'll annoy them a little bit or something. Okay, and this is good. So, definitely getting it for 3 here. And then we do get to cast Search Party Captain. If they block, which there's no chance of them blocking because Festival Crasher is such an integral piece of their deck. But if they did, we would have the option to Startle here. I think it's Search Party Captain over Loyal Griff, since Loyal Griff can actually get us some value by bouncing the Captain later. And we want to continue to draw cards so that we can hit our 4th land drop. Because if we do draw land 4 next turn, we're in great shape with Dual Craft Trainer coming down. Opponent's going to make an attack, and I think we're going to take the damage kind of no matter what here. Because if we double block and they have a removal spell, we just get absolutely hosed. There's a good chance they don't even have an instant to play here, and they just peck us for 1. There's no problem. Okay, so the Otherworldly Gaze is interesting. Our opponent is either a genius or they've made an error in their deck building here. This must mean they've got like good Seize the Storm action. Oh, they didn't mill themselves with this though. Interesting. Okay, didn't draw the land we wanted. So I guess we're just going with Nebelgast Intruder. We're going to swing in here for, again, oh, they missed their land drop. Okay. Do we want to try to blow out this Festival Crasher? I think too much can go wrong. Like, we would have to leave back a couple of creatures. They could still have a removal spell. I don't think it's worth it. I think we just get in for 6 here while we can. We'll play Intruder, flash in Intruder. I guess we could potentially flash the Griff if they're going to do something like that. That's even better. So let's do that. So I would have liked to get value with Captain, but this is also getting value because we're essentially drawing a creature that we didn't have access to before. Okay. Probably just jam with everything here. They could have Consider, which would hurt us a little bit if they wanted to block Lunarch Veteran. But I think that's okay. I'm going to block the Captain here. And we're going to go to damage if they do have a trick. If they don't, okay. So now we either play Intruder or double spell Larder Zombie Cathar Commando. I think it's Intruder because it's a flyer, and I think we'll hold it to potentially gain some life on this Crasher attack that they may send in here. If they send with it and nothing, and they don't have another blocker, they're dead on board. So This could be... okay, they're going to lock in the cemetery. Cool. So we could commando that away. Is that better or worse than playing Intruder here? It's the same amount of mana to get a 2-power flyer. But then we could potentially get another 2-power flyer. Do they even have 5 cards in the yard? Oh, no, but this stays tapped. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I would rather do this. I'm not sure it matters in the grand scheme of things, but I feel like the Nabogast Intruder effect is a little bit more valuable than this card on face value. So again, we're going to swing with everything. If they block the vet, we can save it with the Intruder. Otherwise, we can cast Morning Patrol. They're not going to block here. Or they're not going to block the veteran, I should say. So yeah, we'll play Morning Patrol here. I don't think we need to hold up the Intruder. Although that does kind of put them in checkmate, but they're already kind of there. They need another creature at least to not be dead on board. But yeah, maybe it's correct to play Nabogast Intruder. Anyways, our opponent was mana screwed. So were we, though, and our deck functions a little bit better on low mana. So there you go. We're back. Opponent on the play. Another awkward one here. Don't have white mana. Going to be tough to keep this one. We do have Startle to draw an extra card. So we've got 3 looks if they have a 2-drop at white. And we've got 9 planes in the deck. Evolving Wild's not necessarily a good draw, so that's like 1 in 3 times 3. I feel that's still about 50-50, so I think we can do better here. And better we have done. Keeping for sure. I think we put back Organ Hoarder. It's either Organ Hoarder or Loyal Griff that's going back. I think we do want to hang on to Startle for the fact that it gives us something to do with 2 mana if they do have a 2-drop. I mean, we could put it... I guess we could put Startle back. Organ Hoarder's so good, but flying is really good. We could put a land back and get a little cheeky, but we really want double white for Dawn Guard. Maybe we put Loyal Griff back just because we know we want to play Dawn Guard on 3. So that gives us a better curve. Tough. Yeah, maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the play. It gives us a slightly better curve. Or, you know, it's either that or we are supposed to just put Startle back, but... And we end up drawing a 2 anyways. But Startle's like, you know, it's good interaction. Opponent flipping Delver. Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, kind of wish we had Loyal Griff now, don't I? Don't I? Be cool if you got to see the first couple turns of the game before you mulligan a day. Okay, we're in big trouble here. Oh, jeez. Not sure how we get out of this one. Brutal Cathar, I guess. Okay. Turn 3. If we attack with Cathar Commando, we can play Search Party Captain, which cannot profitably block the 3/3, soon to be 4/4. Boy, what a start for our opponent. And they've got a Devious Cover-Up in hand. So, I mean, Dawn Guard, if they want to play the game of let's pass with Devious, Dawn Guard does punish that. So I think it is Dawn Guard for all of these reasons. Also gives us a good double block on this thing. Actually gives us a block on it right now. So maybe we do get in for 3 here. I wasn't thinking about that. They like need to have... Yeah, I think we definitely get in for 3 here. I think we're in the market to trade Dawnguard for this. Maybe that's wrong. If they come in with both, I'm going to feel real bad. Because they probably have Startle. Whew. Let me just kind of get ruined. Okay, consider... I think this is the first Delver I've seen flip on turn 2. Okay, no attacks with the Blood Thief, so that went well. Adeline. Yo. Well, I mean, it's better than playing... It's better than playing... Is it better than playing Startle? Because now I feel the Blood Thief is going to be attacking us. Opponents suck on mana. Did they bin something? They did. Okay, so they're looking for lands. I think we just spend all our mana. Don't get too fancy here. We still have double blocks on this thing. We'll lose a quality creature, obviously, but I mean, I guess at this point we would just double block Adeline, Cathar Command, and just lose Adeline. Yeah. So. Okay, they're not coming in. They hit a swamp, so they don't have devious mana. We're just dying to this Delver, though. As one does. Blessed Defiance. It's a good card. So, send with Adeline. Probably send with... Does this have Vigilance? No. Thinking of another card. So we're gonna play Blessed Defiance here. If they block Adeline with the Blood Thief, we can play Startle on it. Do we want to get in with Dawnguard is the question. Because they may want to block that with Blood Thief, at which point we can Defiance it. They may not block anything. If we play Witch, we get an extra point of power on Adeline, which is something. But I think we want to keep our options open to actually use Startle. So yeah, I mean, this Observer gets to attack is the only thing I'm thinking is if we just play Candlegrove Witch. I guess we'll have a Defiance token to block it. So yeah, I think these are the attacks we want to make, but not Cathar Commando, because if they don't block, we have Cathar Commando with Blessed Defiance to block this. Yeah, so this is what we're doing. So Blade Brand is a card they could have, and that's somewhat concerning, but this is a good trade for us. Ooh, we get to play Search Party Captain. Had not considered that. Thank you, Arena UI. So we definitely want to do that so that we can draw cards and try to hit some lands. Kind of wish we just had Loyal Griff instead of Organ Hoarder. Gain 5 on that Defiance is pretty good, though. Alright. Still can't find lands. But I think we're making some attacks here. Cathar Commando. Do we want to send it in? We could startle the Observer so that we eat it. They could have Startle of their own. They could have a bounce spell. They could have Revenge of the Drowned. That's probably worth it. We're in a racing situation here. And like they're going to want to revenge our Adeline probably. Okay, well we are in the business of drawing some cards here, so I think this is worth it. May have wanted to play Lunarch Veteran to gain some life here. Okay, so there's the Revenge. Okay, nice. So we'll put Adeline on top and we'll just draw it immediately again. And that's probably worth it. So I guess we missed 2 life, actually, by not playing Lunark Veteran, so we should have done that. Should have done that, because that life is going to matter a lot. So that was an oversight. Sometimes I just go to attacks immediately because that's what you like to do against control players, but we should, in that case, we should have played Veteran. The opponent is still kind of mana screwed, color screwed at least. Component Collector. Yep. That's a pretty good blocker. So we're going to gain a couple off of Adeline, because as soon as we attack, we get more dudes. So Adeline comes down. They can eat Cathar Commando and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down to 1. Or we... Oh, no, they're dead because we're going to get attacking 1/1. So this is lethal. Oh, and we have a zombie. Okay. Just bumbling my way through through drafts here. But we got there. So landing Mythic here, that's pretty sick. Yeah, I mean, did our opponent get mana screwed? Yes. Did we get mana screwed? Yes. But our deck is designed to operate in that space a little bit better, it would seem. So, I mean, you take that how you will. Like, yeah, we got a little bit lucky, I guess, but also, like, we fought through some mana constraints as well. I'll see you for the next game. All right, we're going first. We have a curve that makes sense here, so I like it. So we landed 496. It's not too bad. Hopefully we can... Now's where the sweat starts, because you don't want to lose too much rank. You can get really punished here for losing rank or losing games in Mythic. Okay. So we either play Veteran, Trapper, or Unruly Mob. I think pretty easily we just play the Mob. We're going to bluff Blessed Defiance here. It's a good chance they don't block. And they do. That's okay as well. I just want to spend our mana. Next turn, if they don't put a creature into play that has power, we get to play Search Party Captain for 2 mana, which could be pretty valuable. We'll see what they do. Okay, opponent goes land Lunark Veteran. Makes us kind of want to attack with our own Lunark Veteran to grow the mob and to enable the Search Party Captain, but I don't think we want to attack with the mob itself. So if we attack with Lunark Veteran, they probably just block with their Trapper, and that's okay too. But I think the attack makes sense on all of those angles. See what they want to do here. So we showed them we don't have Defiance last turn, so that's fine. But yeah, I think we play Captain. Again, like Griff can get us some value with Captain in the future. Plus, we want to sort of hit land drops and things like that. Would like to find other planes. Flare Faith's a good draw. So they've been blocking a lot with that Trapper. We might be able to get them. This is a creature you control. It'd be way better if it wasn't. Okay, so we got Flare of Faith to kill Gavony Trapper now. If we attacked with 3 things... we could, like, Loyal Griff and then recast Search Party Captain, but we'd have to be okay with losing Unruly Mob, which I don't feel great about. So, it might just be the same attack again, Lunark Veteran. The problem is they get to trade off, like, their Bait Hook Angler or whatever if they want. And if they block with Trapper, we get to kill it. And I think we do want to. And we'll play our own Trapper. This game is going to come down to small edges, and Trapper being able to like tap down our Loyal Griff is it probably will end up mattering. I'm thinking. Or we could play our own vet. I mean, we're not going to have a ton of mana for Trapper for another few turns. So yeah, maybe we just get the vet in play. I wish we were able to pressure a little bit better here. Hoarder, it's a nice draw. Hoarder's a nice draw. Okay, opponent bins a Graph Keeper and a land. What's our play here? I think we attack with just the captain and save it with Loyal Griff and play Gavany Trapper. And there's like a chance that they don't block, or they block with Organ Hoarder, in which case I think we would just take that trade. But I'm sure they're just going to put Angler in front. That's okay. So we'll do this. Save it. Play Trapper. And say go. So if they play the Flyer, it's going to be kind of annoying. We'll have to sort of, I guess, just play Bait Hook Angler and then wait to tap it at the end of their turn. And we can start attacking them with the 2/2 Griff. Maybe replay the captain, draw extra cards. Unruly Mob is so bad, as is being evidenced here. Drownyard Amalgam is not a card we're really that worried about. Maybe they're going to hit some sweet mills. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. So, I mean, doubtful that they're going to want to invest 3 mana in making the Amalgam unblockable. So I don't think we need to worry about tapping anything this turn, since we are kind of okay with like taking some damage or whatever. They're in for 3. I think we just take it. Good attack though. Oh, nice draw. Nice draw off the top there for us. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Here we go. Loyal Griff getting frisky. Yeah, dual craft trainer, man. That's working. That's working. Opponent's chipping in with the Amalgam here. We could chump, but we've got more creatures to play, which are going to gain us even more life. So I think we're going to take 3 here. Not really too. Oh, jeez. Not really too concerned with the size of Unruly Mob, given their board. Okay, well they took they didn't take our flying creature, but yeah, that's kind of brutal. Get it? So attack with Loyal Griff, play Captain, probably also play Angler. I think that all makes sense to me. We don't want to put ourselves in a position where it becomes night and then it becomes day again because they get another look. But we may find our own... got to make sure I tap correctly here. We might find our own Brutal Cathar, in which case we could exile theirs, get our guy back. Flip the switch. Oh, flip the switch. Well, you gotta be like that. Oh, they could just have their Amalgam activation, actually. This game is gonna get kind of grindy, I feel. Okay, flipping the switch. That's good. That's real good. Maybe we should have done this in the opposite order to play around that. They knew we had this in hand, though. So they would have had the choice. Okay, so we've got the only flyer for now, anyways. Opponent's got a nice looking board, though. See what they want to do here. Okay, they're going with unblockable Drown Yard Amalgam. Swing for 3. Swing with the Zombo as well. I mean, if we block with Angler here, we get a counter on the mob, and we get another flyer in the air. Both of which I kind of like. The only thing I don't like is we're trading for a token and not like a real card. I imagine they're following this up with the 3/1 flyer. We're 25. We can afford to take the hit. They may just pass the turn as well. That'd be a respectable move. I guess we also want to make sure we can cast a spell this turn. So I think that maybe pushes us over the edge with wanting to block here. Because like most likely they're gonna play a spell. If we draw a land, then that flips. Okay. Well, that's annoying because now we want to double spell. They're gonna double spell and take another creature from us. So this is gonna start to get pretty nasty. We could double spell. Oof. Yeah, we could double spell because we know they're going to want to double spell and put them in a spot where maybe they can't double spell. They must be able to. 6 mana, a 3-drop in the yard. You'd have to have a pretty specific hand to not be able to do it. So if we know they're playing 2 spells next turn, I guess the only thing is that they just get to steal our creature like a little bit earlier. So how much do we really care? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know that. I think we can just play 1. Gain lots of life. So this way, like, I'm assuming the next thing they would take is Gavany Trapper. We get at least a turn of being able to tap down Amalgam. I think Brood actually just gets to attack, which is kind of gross because it's got first strike. And we don't want to pay 3 life to target it, so, you know. And I don't think it's reasonable to wait for them to play, because they're going to presumably have 2 flyers in play, so like even waiting to tap one of those is probably not worth it. Okay, we could double block here. We're running out of creatures to actually put into play. And growing the mob isn't the worst thing in the world, even though they could just go ahead and steal it. This is an awkward spot. We could just take 6, I guess. We actually might have attacks with Lunarch Veterans next turn. Yeah, let's take it. We're gonna gain 3 or more life next turn anyways. If we draw another creature, we might just like undo everything that they just did. And if they just play both of these, they're gonna have only 1 toughness thing, so we could actually jam with our veterans. Yeah. Okay. Flip back. What do you want? What you want? I think you take the Trapper here. I'm not sure. They're going to take a Lunarch Veteran. Okay. That's kind of cool. Where's my Brutal Cathar? Well, I mean, if we attack with both our veterans, they block with their 2 disturbed things. This becomes a 4/4. Probably don't want to get in with a Loyal Griff. It's like none of that seems very good for us, is I guess what I'm trying to say. If we'd had the 3rd veteran, maybe we were supposed to jam with everything, but they're at 19. It hardly matters. I think we just play Beta Gangler and pass the turn after all that deliberation. I just don't think we're in a spot to really get anywhere here. Gain some life back, pass it. 18 to 24. I mean, this is the kind of game that could go to decking, but I don't know if I've even... I've actually lost a couple games going to decking with the Overwhelmed Archivist. The flip side of that, where you attack and it draws a card, and I'm on 0 cards. Like, have lethal on 0 cards, and it kills me. That's happened to me twice, because I don't learn from my mistakes. But not often do games go to decking, but this is like the type of game that could. Okay, they're jamming. I should have tapped something. Don't know why I didn't. Because I was talking. All right. We would like to make some trades here, I think. I think so. Let's trade this for this. Yeah, wish we'd tapped the Amalgam. We should have done that. Probably trading Veteran for Angler. That way we actually have a spell to cast next turn. Keep it from going to night. I think that's it. Take 6. Take 8. Yikes. Yeah, that's a lot. But I don't see any other trades that I like. Definitely should have tapped this. So if we die for Exact Season, we're at 3. That's my bad. But now we have blocks on Organ Hoarder. Don't we? Oh no, because something didn't actually die. Oh yeah. That's so annoying too. This card is the worst. Oh boy. Okay, well this one's probably going to be over soon. Opponent's got a bit higher card quality than we do, and a bit better of a draw. Okay, so if we double spell here, I think we'd still want to. Just thinking about day-night, but we're just in full don't die mode, so I think we just get everything in play, and they're gonna do what they're gonna do. It's gonna be pretty tough. It's gonna be pretty tough, but we'll play it out. I've made a challenge to myself to get better at playing when I think I'm gonna lose, and just like letting them kill me, like not hitting concede, because I think it's a weakness in my game. When I think I'm gonna lose, I just want to concede, and I think there's certainly lots of situations where you can battle back, and just looking for those edges. Oh, jeez, I didn't tap them again. Okay, well, I'm not giving myself a chance here, really, but we'll trade the Phantom off for the Apparition. I think we trade Candlegrove Witch for Organ Hoarder since we're not on offense. Again, didn't tap. So, yeah. But yeah, these are the blocks I think make sense. So 2 punts so far in this game. It's unfortunate. Okay, damage. We're at 7. Mob is a 4/4. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand and 2 creatures in the yard. I mean, if we drop Brutal Cathar, this is a game. Just use our trapper at the wrong time. Okay, that's not bad. Could attack with Mob here. Get a token. They could triple block the Mob, but that kills their Brutal Cathar, which is not what they want. Plus, we're going to gain 2 life. I think that's a good attack. They could have flipped the switch here, and that's fine. We're not like really in a spot to play around counter spells. But I think if this sticks, we do want to swing in with the Mob, gain the extra life, and the attacking human token will presumably die, which gives us another Mob trigger. We are at 9. We'll be at 10. We have to remember to tap Phantom Carriage. And then after that, we take 3, 4, 5. But we can block one of the flyers, so we'll take 4. So we're not in danger here where we don't want to attack the Mob. I think we do. Gain our life. Absorbing the human. Mob. It's getting there. They're getting riled up. So I'm assuming that 3 mana pause is just because of the amalgam. But they do have 4 cards in hand, so they gotta have something going on. I don't think we're gonna like what it is based on what they currently have in play. The opponent playing Borrowed Time, as predicted. Not feeling it over here. They're gonna take our Adeline. That's real good. Okay, we're gonna remember to tap Phantom Carriage here. Look at this. Look at this pro level play here. So they get to send with Amalgam, probably just Amalgam. They're gonna come with the flyers too. I think we're in a spot where we have to block Drifter with Griff. We're just dead to so many things. If we take the full 5 here, like, you know, if they have Borrowed, or if they have Blessed Defiance. It's not getting any better for us. Like, we don't have any tricks in hand. We could draw our own Blessed Defiance, but, like, I don't see how this gets any better for us. I think we do take the 3 off the Amalgam, though, because maybe we don't, actually. We'll get more Mob Unruliness, and we get a spell to cast out of the Veteran. And they're going to have mana in a few turns to actually start activating the Amalgam, and it gives us a blocker for their Phantom. So, and we don't have Adeline anymore to gain life. So yeah, actually this is probably the right time to chump with the Veteran. Yeah, I mean, at least, yeah. Again, not getting any better for us. Figured they had that one. That's okay. Mob is just getting huge. Brutal Cathar for us off the top would be so nice. Okay, Startle is also not the worst. That actually gives us a favorable trade versus their Phantom when it comes in. So we tap their carriage and go from there. Opponent drawing gas. They could draw a couple lands at some point. That'd be all right with me. Amalgam comes in. Phantom comes in. Okay. And they're going to make it unblockable. Okay. So, I think... I mean, okay, so if we startle the Amalgam, we do gain 2 life rather than doing this and gaining only 1 life. But I think getting their creature off the board is a little bit more valuable to us. It's funny that if we draw Brutal Cathar, we may just need to like kill their Amalgam. Bait Hook Angler. Cathar Commando. That's a good draw. That's a good draw. Kind of wish we had our dude. We do have attacks with the mob. They have lots of chump blocks, though. I think we do attack with the mob. So we're going to play Cathar Commando, kill Borrow Time, get this back, attack with the mob. We're going to gain a life from this dying, and we're going to gain a life from the human token dying. And I think that's pretty good. And, you know, it is going to give them... they're going to get to chump with something and put another flyer in this guy, but, like, we'll kind of deal with that later. That's pretty good. Mob is coming in. Disturb token is coming in. Gains us a life. That's about it. I think it's the right time. So we might be dead here. I haven't done the math yet. We're at 7. They can kill Adeline. Yeah, I think we go to 1. Or I guess we'll go to 2 because the zombie will gain us a life. So we're getting close to being pretty dead here. All right. Bunch of stuff happens. We'll play our land, pass the turn. Got to tap the carriage, I guess. Borrowed time. Taking Adeline. Yep. Oh yeah, gain another life there. Cool. And yeah, I think we tap the carriage. It's dealing us the most damage here. In with everything. They have a creature to put down to block the mob. The mob it could be a 10/10 here if we wanted to put Phantom in front of Angler. Put it in front of Amalgam. We could just leave it up. Go to 2. I think we just go to 2 for now. Still could draw Brutal Cathar here. I think that might get us back in. Organ Hoarder. Well, if we were ever going to find Brutal Cathar, it'd be right now. Then we run into the problem of... okay, well, we're not finding it. We run into the problem of not being able to activate Gaudy Chopper. Okay, are we dead? We have to tap Amalgam and chump the Carriage. And we need to have 2 blockers back for these 2 creatures. So I don't think we can attack with the Dawn Guard this turn. Or cast the Dawn Guard this turn, and I don't think we can attack with the human token this turn either. So it's just going to be the mob. I'm going to chump. Makes sense. I think we still could get out of this if we draw Cathar. I don't know, though. Again, if we had 6 more life, this would be a different game. In a small way. Okay, that's real good. Because now they just bounce our flyer and kill us. Unless they forget to. Okay. Oh, mob. So useless. Land. I think that's going to do it. We tap Phantom Carriage. Amalgam unblockable, or we tap Amalgam, Phantom Carriage kills us. Okay, so I will hit concede here because we're certainly dead. So, couple punts on my part, not tapping a couple other creatures. Might have mattered. All right, we are back. We go first, and we have a pretty good curve here of at least a 1-drop into some sort of interaction spells. Not an amazing hand, but we'll work with it. If we can draw some of our good cards, we'll be feeling good. Don't think there's a reason to hold up Startle here. We'll just semi-curve out. 1-1-3. The old 1-1-3 curve. One with the 2-2. So we could flare that away. Kind of like a wasted turn, though, in a way, if we do that. So I don't think we want to bluff. I think we just play Patrol to make sure that we get to spend that 3 mana. Pass it back. Opponent's got a Hound Tamer. Yikes. Okay. So, we have 2 tricks we can play. If we attack with everything, and they put Hound Tamer in front of something and Timberland Guide in front of something, we could potentially save them both. Killing Hound Tamer is pretty important to us. And I think casting Startle is okay as well. I mean, we could also just get in with just Morning Patrol. And not put ourselves in that position. But I do want to encourage them to block, so... The only thing is, like, if they just block a veteran with Timberland Guide, are we even gonna spend a card to deal with any of that? I don't think so. I think we just let the veteran die and replay it in the air. So yeah, so I like the attack with all there. I think we figured out how each scenario would go down. So they're thinking about putting Hound Tamer in front of something. They're not going to. So yeah, I think we just let this happen. Replay the veteran as a flyer. I think the way that we're going to have an advantage in this game is just by pressuring them in the air. So getting that started, even though it is just a 1-1, is kind of nice. This is kind of brutal, though, because I think we just take the damage here. Because if they have Revenge, we get 2 for 1. So we're going to take it. I mean, we could double block. I don't hate the double block, actually. Because if they go for Clear Shot, we've got them. If they go for put a 1-1 counter on Can It Do It To Itself, it can. We get them. Because it's +2. So I guess they could put the Phantom first. And they would get that. But if they go for... Yeah, I mean, if they go for Revenge on Morning Patrol, and we flare, we do get to kill the Hound Tamer, but we lose, like, our whole board. That's pretty bad for us. So I guess we let this happen, then. I mean, if their only play there was to just put a 1-1 counter, even still, if they put the Phantom first, we do lose the Phantom and the trick, so... I don't know. It felt a little spider sensey there. We shouldn't go for that. This is not developing well for us. Ooh, that's good, though. That's a great little card to draw. That's a great card to draw. Okay, so yeah. Put a counter on Morning Patrol. Put a counter on Phantom. Do we attack with Phantom or not? They could double block Morning Patrol with Abomination Timberland Guide. That'd be kind of annoying. I feel as though they would trade Falcon Abomination. I don't like that because we have tricks. Would we trade this for Falcon Abomination? As we get a fly into play, this is not good on the ground. I think we get in with just the patrol. They might double block it. They might just take 3. Yeah. Okay. So we're in trouble here because they've got Larder Zombie and Hound Tamer that can accrue value for them. So we do need to get in damage where we can, and we do want to make the most of these combat tricks. They're the last little bit of value we have at the moment. We'll take 3 here at 22. It's all good. It's all good. They're going to flip. Okay. We would like to flip back, and we can. And we can. So I think now we get in with Patrol and Phantom, but maybe not Silversmith. Silversmith just gets blocked by Larder Zombie. So I think we just get in these two because they could put the Timberland Guide in front of this and grow it. So the annoying thing here is that, like, they can just put Abomination in front of Phantom, and if they put a counter on it, Startle doesn't work. So we kind of have to use Flare here, which is annoying. They could also have Revenge. So we might actually have to let them make the first move so that we don't get 2 for 1. Block, block. Interesting. Kind of feel like we just let this trade happen in the air. Because we really don't want to get 2 for 1 here. What we want them to do is put a counter on their Falcon, and then we kind of get them. I guess we still do get them if we startle it, because we get to play Flare. I'm assuming they can't do two things in one turn. So I guess we do startle it. It's annoying because they get to pop it and then we have to Flare. They're going to startle us. Okay. We should have flared actually before they drew, because they could have just drawn counterspell. Might of the old ways. That's going to be pretty good. They've Coven too. Well, what do we want to do here? I guess we want to see what we draw. Let's start there. So we either kill their Falcon Abomination or we save our Morning Patrol from Timberland Guide. Don't really like either either option. I think we want to kill Abomination. Morning Patrol dying gives us another flying creature. So that's useful, because we are racing them. They're going to draw better stuff than us over the course of the game, because they got Zombie and they have Untamed Pup. So I think we need to get our damage in the sky as quickly as possible, and this is the way we're going to do it. Opponent leaves it on top with Larder Zombie, so they're drawing gas. Down comes the island, and man, if we could just draw either of our rares here would be alright. Particularly Brutal Cathar. In for 3. In for 2. Yeah, I think we take it all here, right? If we block, could double block Timberland Guide. They put a counter on their Timberland Guide, and we lose our Silversmith. They lose their Timberland Guide. And they spend 4 mana. But if they have +2/+2, they get to take down both of our creatures. If they have a Revenge of the Drowned or a bounce spell, they get to take down both of our creatures. All for just taking 2 damage. I guess we'll just take the 2 damage. Worth thinking about, though. Oh my goodness. Wish we'd blocked that thing. Well, I don't think we made any grave mistakes in this game. We just didn't draw that great. I think the power level of our deck is on the low side. Even though we did open 2 rares, it doesn't feel like we got a very powerful deck this time. We've also run into like some kind of bomby stuff, this and the Brutal Cathar in the previous game and stuff like that, but we're not dead yet. I think putting the Flare of Faith in the deck was a good move. Man, we could still draw Brutal Cathar and be okay. Huntmaster coming in, Hound Tamer coming in. I think we want to block Hound Tamer. They've got 4, they have 7 mana, so they can only activate it 1 time. I think we're behind enough now that if we can get a trade here, we wouldn't mind it. Problem is they would get to take down our Gavany Silversmith and our Beta Gangler. Should be kind of gross. And then they just flip Huntmaster and fight things. And that's gross. Do we just try to block the stupid Huntmaster? We could put 4 creatures in front of it. They can put 1 counter on it. Is that really an option for us? We lose our whole board. They're at 11. We're at 15 or 14. We get to play. We get to attack them down to 9 and play Beta Gangler, Lunarch Veteran next turn again. So I feel like if this Huntmaster does flip, we just die. Okay, we're out of time. So I think we're actually just going to run out of time here before I can do this. But oh no, we did. So I think it's either this or we just like pray to draw Brutal Cathar next turn. But the problem is if we draw Brutal Cathar, they can fight it in response to the trigger. And they'll just get the Huntmaster right back. So I think this is the move. And then if we do draw Brutal Cathar, we get to take their Hound Tamer. And of course, they do have the trick or whatever. But I mean, we're like not in a spot to really play around that. If we had taken 9. Okay, well, they don't flip the Huntmaster. So now, I mean, Brutal Cathar is still a draw. Adeline is not very good. But we get to cast all of our spells at least. And we'll gain some life if things die. Imagine we're in trouble, though. That's okay. Alright. So we'll gain... I think we attack with a zombie here because it gains us some life. Maybe not. Maybe just this. Put them to 9. Token gains us some life here. Just a little bit, gonna fall a little bit short here though, I think. If they just flip the Huntmaster, we're hurting. Yeah, so I mean this deck obviously needed like Borrowed Time or Revenge would have been okay. Borrowed Time would have been the real deal. Okay, they're not gonna flip, so they're giving us potential outs here. But I think we've got like one more turn to find something. To find the Cathar. In with a bunch of stuff. And this is... And again, we could double block, triple block the Huntmaster. Take down all of our creatures if we do. Or we just take 3, 6, 12. See if we can get them somehow in the crackback. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have to take the damage here. I think we take the damage and just try to draw Cathar. Brutal. The brutal one by that, I mean. Oh dear. Oh dear. Our opponent is doing it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8 creatures they have. Goodness gracious. So we're going to go to 11. It goes to 11. Adeline could attack. Oh, and they've got all these zombies too. Yikes. Adeline could attack. That would give us some more life buffer, and maybe take down a couple of their creatures. And I guess the zombie token's attacking, and hopefully that's good enough. I think this is the way to do it. I don't really think any of this matters. I think we're just gonna die, but we're trying here. We are trying. Just put a couple wolves in front of it or whatever. Tough, man. Tough matches. But, I mean, we are playing at, like, high diamond Mythic, so what do you expect? You're going to be playing against people who have good decks. Oh, they don't even block Adeline. Fair enough. Suppose we shouldn't have played Gavany Dawnguard there. We should have attacked first. Oh, they did block. Okay. Well, gain 4. Just so that they think that we might have a trick, I guess. But anyways, gain 4. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Pretty sure you just Alpha Strike here. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this deck. I'm not, even though I have trophied a fair bit on these videos, I'm not just going to only show trophy videos. I'm going to show all the drafts I do on video, because I think it's important to see, you know, how different situations go down, not just the ones where you get super hooked up. So let me know what you think in the comments, if you think we could have made some picks a little bit differently in the draft, or if the build could have been different, or if the gameplay could have been different. Would love to hear your thoughts on that. And thank you so much for watching. We are going to take a lot of damage here, and we'll see you for the next video, whenever that may be. Please hit subscribe and like if you enjoy these videos. And thank you so much. We what did we do here? We went to, I think we only got 2 wins with this deck. I think we only went 2 and 3, or maybe 3 and 3. So dropping down to rank 964. Boo! I mean, sometimes your opponent just has Tovolar's Huntmaster. What are you gonna do, right? 3 and 3, so 50-50 win percentage. Not bad, but not super awesome, obviously, either. So let us know what you think. I think we needed to draw our Brutal Cathar in a couple of those games. We needed to maybe get another piece of interaction, or like a dope 6-drop would have been good. Maybe we should have played these Stormrider Spirits over something. It's an interesting thought. Maybe cutting Unruly Mob for one of those would have been good. Or, you know, sometimes the games just don't break your way, and that's life as well. But anyways, thanks again for watching. Bye for now.